There we go. Hello. Let's see, mic's good, I think. It's saying it's reading it. Headphones out. I don't really make sure they're on the where they're supposed to be. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're gonna do a little children's poetry slam. I've found all the children's poetry books in my mom's vast collection of books. That's a large collection, okay? Okay, so we got this here called Favorite Rhymes, spelled completely wrong, for Little Tots. And I had to organize it based off of whoever this belonged to originally, which looks like two little girls by the last name of Beach from Christmas of 1923. So this is officially a 100-year-old book. So you can see, like, we have these colorful illustrations and stuff on each page. So we'll just start with page 3 here, since page 1 was the little girls' names and stuff on it. It says, the first one is My Love. Saw ye aught, my love, a coming from the market, a peck of meal upon her back, a babby in her basket. I'm sure they meant baby, but double B. People were not spelling well back then, apparently. See ye aught, my love, a coming from the market. There's some very short song poems in here. Let's put it that way. The Man of Bombay. There was a fat man of Bombay who was smoking one sunshiny day when a bird called a snipe flew away with his pipe, which vexed the fat man of Bombay. My pipe, darn snipe. Uh, Next one says, Hark, hark, the dogs do bark. Beggars are coming to town. Some in jars, some in jags, and some in rags. Some in jags. And some in velvet gown. This one's called The Heart with H-A-R-T. The heart he loves the high wood, the hare she loves the hill, the knight he loves his bright sword, the lady loves her will. Then we got comical folk here. In a cottage in Fife lived a man and his wife, who, believe me, were comical folk. For to people's surprise, they both saw with their eyes, and their tongues moved whenever they spoke. Well, gee, I hope so. When they were asleep, I'm told that to keep their eyes open they could not contrive. There's a big word for little kids. They both walked on their feet, and 'twas thought that they would eat, helped with drinking to keep them alive. You have to drink to keep yourself. Yeah, hydrate. Hydrate. I hope they meant hydration and not the other thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be telling kids to drinking alcohol. No. Cock crow. Cocks crow in the morn to tell us to rise, and he who lies late will never be wise. For early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy and wealthy and wise. Yeah. I'm not an early riser usually, but yeah. My sleeping pattern sucks. Tommy Snooks. As Tommy Snooks and Bessie Brooks were walking out one Sunday, says Tommy Snooks to Bessie Brooks, "Wilt marry me on Monday?" Oh, these are kids walking down the street and asking, "Will you marry me?" Like, really? Here's another little illustration here. It says it's cock crow, and there's no one here that says it's for dapple gray, which is on the next page here. So we'll turn that over. Like I said, this book has seen some better days. It's like literally I just tore it apart because it was so bad off. I just said, whatever, I'll just get rid of the string that's holding part of it in. Get this all straightened out. The three sons. There was an old woman had three sons, Jerry and James and John. Jerry was hanged. James was drowned. John was lost and never found. And there was the end of her three sons, Jerry, James, and John. That's a really bleak song to be reading to kids. Why would you read this to your kids? Wow. Guess he didn't care back in the 1920s. The blacksmith. Robert Barnes, my fellow fine, can you shoe this horse of mine? Yes, good sir, that I can, as well as any other man. There's a nail, and there's a prod. Now, good sir, your horse is shod. Two gray kits. The two gray kits and the gray kit's mother all went over the bridge together. The bridge broke down. They all fell in. May the rats go with you, says Tom Bolin. Rude. 1-2, buckle my shoe. I think we know this one, don't we? Some of us are old enough to remember this. 1-2, buckle my shoe. 3-4, knock at the door. 5-6, pick up sticks. 7-8, lay them straight. 9-10, a good fat hen. 11-12, dig and delve. Dig and delve, not 12. 13-14, maids a courting. 15-16, maids in a kitchen. That doesn't rhyme. Maids, 17-18, maids awaiting. 19-20, my plate empty. Oh, Lord. Okay, page 9 here. We got this couple with this crow, or this hen. Cock-a-doodle-doo. This is the rooster here. That's the picture of the rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo, my dame has lost her shoe. My master's lost his fiddlestick, and knows not what to do. Cock-a-doodle-doo, what is my dame to do? Till my master finds his fiddlestick, she'll dance without her shoe. He's literally lost his fiddle stick, and she has lost a shoe. Oh, Lord, that's funny. Pairs or pairs? 12 pairs hanging high, 12 knights riding by. Each knight took a pair, and yet left a dozen there. They took the pairs that you can eat, and they left a dozen behind. So did they leave behind the pair that you can eat, or did they leave behind 12 pairs of socks? At the siege of Belle Isle, I was there all the while, at the siege of Belle Isle. Another cute little illustration here on these 2 pages here. You can see that one and that one. The little girl with a curl. Let's see. This one says, there is a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. Dreams. Friday night's dream on Saturday told is sure to come true, be it never so old. Next one is the cock and bull story. The cock's on a housetop blowing his horn. The bull's in the barn a threshing of corn. The maids in the meadows are making of hay. The ducks in the river are swimming away. This one says for baby. You shall have an apple. You shall have a plum. You shall have a rattle when your papa comes home. You only get the rattle when your dad comes home. Wow. And then we got some more Little illustrations here, front and back. The back one is for Ladybird. Let's see, myself. As I walked by myself and talked to myself, myself said unto me, Look to thyself, take care of thyself, for nobody cares for thee. That's deep. I answered myself, and I said to myself in the self-same repartee, Look to thyself, or not look to thyself. The self-same thing will be. Wow. Over the water. Over the water and over the sea, and over the water to Charlie. I'll have none of your nasty beef, nor I'll have none of your barley, but I'll have some of your very best flour to make the white cake for my Charlie. Gonna make some white cakes for Charlie. Yeah, I approve of that. Candle saving. To make your candles last for A-Y-E, you wives and maids give ear-o. To put them out's the only way, says Honest John Boldero. Put them out. That's how you save your candles, ladies. Guys too. I mean, there's some point to there. These are all stuck together. This is fine. Fears and tears. Tommy's tears and Mary's fears will make them old before their years. Very short. The Kilkenny cats. There was once 2 cats of Kilkenny. Each thought there was 1 cat too many. So they fought and they fit, and they scratched and they bit, till accepting their nails and the tips of their tails, instead of 2 cats, there weren't any. The cats killed each other. Wow. Old Grimes. Old Grimes is dead, that good old man. We'll never shall see him more. He used to wear a long brown coat and old Downton down before. Why would you read that to children? Why? Why would you do this? What the hell? A week of birthdays. Monday's child is full of face. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for its living. But the child that's born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe and good and gay. When gay meant something completely different. And then this very short one. Black within black within and red without, 4 corners round about. Guess what that is? A chimney. Ladybird. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children all gone. All but one, and her name is Anne, and she crept under the pudding pan. How did her get it? Why would there be a pudding pan in your home? What the hell? Birdie bird. The man who had not. Naught. Not. There was a man, and he had not, and robbers came to rob him. He crept up to the chimney pot, and then they thought they had him, but he got down on the other side, and then they could not find him. He ran 14 miles in 15 days and never looked behind him. He ran 14 miles in 15 days. What? Wow, that's not running. That's walking. That's shuffling along. What the hell? Okay. The tailors and the snail. 24 tailors went to kill a snail. The best man among them durst not touch her tail. She put out her horns like a little Kylo cow. Run, tailors, run, or she'll kill you all even now. Around the green gravel. Around the green gravel the grass grows green, and all the pretty maids are plain to be seen. Wash them with milk, and clothe them with silk, and write their names with a pen and ink. This one's called Interrementary. Interrementary cutery corn, apple seed and apple thorn, wire briar limberlock, 5 geese in a flock, sit and sing by a spring, out, oh, and in again. Why would they put a dash between the O and the U and the U and the T for out? That's interesting. Or are you supposed to spell it O U T and in again? Caesar's song. Bow wow wow. Whose dog art thou? Little Tom Tinker's dog. Bow wow wow. Caesar was the name of the dog, apparently. As I was going along, as I was going along, singing a comical song. The lane that I went was so long, and the song that I sang was so long, and I went singing along. Hector Protector. Hector Protector was dressed all in green. Hector Protector was sent to the queen. The queen did not like him, nor more did the king, so Hector Protector was sent back again. Poor Hector. Must have been the green. Billy, come and play while the sun shines bright as day. Yes, my Polly, so I will, for I love to please you still. Billy, have you seen Sam and Betsy on the green? Yes, my Paul. He's short for Polly. I saw them pass, skipping over the new mown grass. Billy, come along, and I will sing a pretty song. Next one. Rock-a-bye baby, thy cradle is green. Father's a nobleman, mother's a queen. And Betty's a lady and wears a gold ring. And Johnny's a drummer and drums for the king. Next one is the man in the wilderness asked me how many strawberries grew in the sea. I answered him, and I thought good, as many as red herrings grew in the wood. Next one. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner, eating of Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I." Okay, number one, you're in the corner, kid. Usually that's naughty now. That's naughty now. Not back, maybe back then, I don't know, but putting your thumb. How's putting your thumb in your pie being good? Logic. Away, birds, away. Take a little and leave a little, and do not come again. For if you do, I will shoot you through, and there will be an end of you. And then we're promoting violence to kids. Wow. Okay, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? Silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids, all of a row. How do you grow a maid? Bessie Bell and Mary Gray. They were two bonny lasses. They built their house upon the lea and covered it with rushes. Bessie kept the garden gate, and Mary kept the pantry. Bessie always had to wait, while Mile lived in plenty. Put those over there. See. Needles and pins, needles and pins. When a man marries, his trouble begins. Accurate. Pussycat ate the dumplings and the dumplings. Pussycat ate the dumplings. Mama stood by and cried, "Oh, fie! F-I-E. Why did you eat the dumplings?" Oh, my dumplings, no. Dance, Thumbkin, dance. I'm supposed to be doing this, I guess. Dance, ye merry men. For the Thumbkin, he can dance alone. The thumbkin he can dance alone. Dance, foreman, dance. Dance ye merriment everyone. But foreman he can dance alone. Foreman he can dance alone. Dance long man dance. It should be this one. Oh my, you gotta be careful of that one. Dance ye merriment everyone. For a long man he can dance alone. Long man he can dance alone. Dance ring man dance. This one here. Showing that you have control of your fingers here. Ring man cannot dance alone. Dance little man dance. Dance ye merry men dance. But little man he can dance alone. Little man he can dance alone. Ugh. Hard one to sing and do at the same time. Get this picture of Mary doing her and her maids in a row here. She's literally going maids. Okay then, Mary, you are extremely contrary. Speaking of Mary, here's another one. Mary had a pretty bird, feathers bright and yellow, slender legs upon my word. He was a pretty fellow. My sweetest note he always sung, which much delighted Mary. She often, where the cage was hung, sat hearing her canary. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" And I was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail, and far away he flew. That seems accurate. Birds of a feather flock together, and so will pigs and swine. Rats and mice will have their choice, and so will I have mine. Margaret wrote a letter, sealed it with her finger, threw it in the dam for the dusty miller. Dusty was his coat, dusty was the siller, dusty was his kiss. I'd from the dusty miller. If I had my pockets full of gold and silver, I would give it all to my dusty miller. Because Polaris messy. Higher than a house, higher than a tree. Oh, whatever that can that be? And it's a song for the poem title. It's literally a star. The greedy man is he who sits and bites bits out of plates, or else takes up an almanac and gobbles all the dates. Clever. Very clever. Let's see. Connecting to chat. Stop that. Behave. A diller, a dollar, a 10 o'clock scholar. What makes you come so soon? You used to come at 10 o'clock, but now you come at noon. Complain, complain, complain. Lots of the more little illustrations there. There's illustrations throughout the book. There's the 10 o'clock scholar. If you arrived at noon, this guy looks extremely not happy with him. Like, young man. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh, my pretty cock, oh, my handsome cock. You wouldn't do that now. I pray you do not crow before day, and your comb shall be made of a very big gold, and your wings of silver so gray. Not gay, gray. An icicle lives in winter, dies in summer, and grows with its roots upward. Yeah. A ship's nail over the water and under the water, and always with its head down. I mean, that's also accurate. I mean, what is a nail to do? I need more water. There was an old woman of Leeds who spent all her time in good deeds. She worked for the poor till her fingers were sore. This pile old woman of Leeds. A little boy went into a barn and lay down on some hay. An owl came out and flew about, and the little boy ran away. And then there he is, run away from the owl. And the little lady over here doing her good deeds. Tongs. Long legs, crooked thighs, little head and no eyes. Not many people would get that, I think, now. Jack Jingle. Little Jack Jingle, he used to live single, but then he got tired of this kind of life. He left off being single and lived with his wife. But now what do you think of little Jack Jingle? Before he was married, he used to live single. The quarrel. My little old man and I fell out. I'll tell you what 'twas all about. I had money and he had none, and that's the way the noise begun. Even back then, arguing over money. The Pumpkin Eater. Peter, Pumpkin Eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. He imprisoned the wife. You naughty pumpkin eater, you. And there's a picture of them there. Her and this gigantic pumpkin. Gigantic pumpkin. Shoeing. Shoe the colt, shoe the colt, shoe the wild mare. Here a nail, there a nail, yet she goes bare. You wouldn't want a horse with bare hooves if you're using it. Betty Blue. Little Betty Blue lost her holiday shoe. What shall little Betty do? Give her another to match the other, and then she'll walk upon two? That's all. There is an old woman sat spinning, and that's the first beginning. She had a calf, and that's half. She took it by the tail and threw it over the wall, and that's all. She threw a calf over the wall by its tail. That's the one strong chick. Woo! The man in the moon looked out of the moon. Looked out of the moon and said, "'Tis time for old children on earth to think about going to bed." Dance, little baby. Dance, little baby, dance up high. Never mind, baby, mother is by. Crow and caper, caper and crow. There, little baby, there you go. Up to the ceiling, down to the ground, backwards and forwards, round and round. Dance, little baby, and mother will sing with a merry choral. Ding, ding, ding. Merry choral. My little maid. Hi diddle diddle, or hi diddle doubt, my candle's out. My little maid is not at home. Saddle my hog and bridle my dog, and fetch my little maid home. We're bridling the dog, and we're saddling the hog to go fetch fetch the little woman, I guess. Wow. Couldn't afford a horse, has to saddle up the hog. Okay. For want of a nail. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For the want of a shoe, the horse was lost. Ooh. For the want of a horse, the rider was lost. Oh, it gets worse. For the want of a rider, the battle was lost. For the want of the battle, the kingdom was lost. Oh, God. And for the want of a horseshoe nail. Wow, that escalated quickly. Little picture here of I presume the moon saying go to bed. Peas porridge. Peas porridge hot. Peas porridge cold. Peas porridge in the pot. 9 days old. Ooh. Some like it hot. Some like it cold. Some like it in the pot. 9 days old. And peas, by the way, is spelled Pease. Here all along, I was thinking peas. You know, like peas in a pod. No. Ring, ring, ring a ring of roses. Blah. Ring a ring of roses, a pocket full of posies. Tisha, Tisha, we all fall down. That's not how it goes. It's ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Hello? 1923, what is wrong with him? The crooked sixpence. There was a crooked man, and he went a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence beside a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. Aw. Yeah, the mouse, the cat, and the sixpence, and there he is. He's just walking along his little path there. Da, da, da. This is the way. This is the way the ladies ride. Tree, 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 and it's T-R-I, then T-R-E, then T-R-E, then T-R-E-E. This is the way the ladies ride. Tree, 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 tree. This is the way the gentlemen ride. Gallop a trot, gallop a trot. This is the way the gentlemen ride. Gallop a trot. This is the way the farmers ride. Hobbledy hoy, hobbledy hoy. This is the way the farmers ride. Hobbledy hoy. I kid you not. I kid you not. Hobbledy hoy. There's a word for you guys. Hobbledy hoy. See how bit hard to somebody today and see how they're I love it. There's the peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Like, Mom, is it hot? Yeah, it's hot. Look, I'm wearing gloves. I'm wearing my I'm not even wearing gloves. Look, she's using a rag. She's using a rag. Ducks and drakes. There's a picture of a couple ducks. Hats. A duck and a drake and a halfpenny cake, with a penny to pave the old baker. A hop and a scotch is another notch. Slitherum, slatherum, take her. Slitherum, slatherum. Are we summoning something here with this Slitherum, slatherum? What are we doing here? The donkey. Donkey, donkey, old and gray. Ope your mouth and gentle bray. Lift your ears and blow your horn to wake the world this sleepy morn. This one says if. If all the world were apple pie, and all the sea were ink, and all the trees were bread and cheese, what should we have for drink? I hope not ink. I hope you're not drinking ink. No, not back then. You're not drinking ink, or not ever, to be honest. Ugh. No, thank you. The bells. You owe me 5 shillings, says the bells of St. Helens. What will you pay me, says the bells of Old Bailey. When I grow rich, slay the bells of Shoreditch. When will that be, say the bells of Stepney. I do not know, says the great bell of Bow, or Bow, B-O-W. Two sticks in an apple bring the bells of Whitechapel. Half a pence and farthings, say the bells of St. Martin's. Kettles and pans, say the bells of St. Anne's. Brickbats and tiles, say the bells of St. Giles. Old shoes and slippers, say the bells of St. Peter's. Pokers and tongs, say the bells of St. John's. Is that accurate, British folk? Would that be accurate for you guys? Does this relate to anybody out there? Okay. Little girl and queen. Little girl, where have you been? Gathering roses to give to the queen. Little girl, what gave she you? She gave me a diamond as big as my shoe. That's an interesting. That's wow. I brought the queen roses and she gives me a diamond the biggest my shoe. I hope that was a little kid, because that's a big diamond otherwise. The King of France. The King of France went up the hill with 20,000 men. The King of France came down the hill and never went up again. Whoa. And then we've got the illustration of the tarts here that I presume are coming up in here somewhere. So we'll... Yep, that's the next page. Come here. Book. Book. Knock it off. Don't be fighting me, bitches. Bitches are fighting me. These bitches are fighting me and they're loose still. Fighting me, pages. Got stuck underneath the other ones. There we go. Peter Piper. We know Peter Piper. Do you know Peter Piper? Do you? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? He probably ate them. He probably picked... how big is a peck? Because the peck's that much, I guess you could eat them all. If it's a lot, then... ate some of them and took some of them somewhere else? I don't know. 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught a hare alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I let her go again. An equal. Read my riddle, I pray. What God never sees, what king seldom sees, what we see every day. What we see every day is an equal. That's nice. I like that. The tarts. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all in the summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole the tarts and took them clean away. The King of Hearts called for the tarts and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more. I bet you won't, buddy. You shouldn't have stolen them in the first place. Especially if they were made by the Queen. Come on, man. Let us come, let's to bed. To bed, says Sleepyhead. Tarry a while, says Slow. Put on the pants, says Greedy Nan. We'll sup before we go. We're going to eat before bed. Little maid, pretty maid, whither dost go? Down the forest to milk my cow. Shall I go with thee? No, not now. When I send for thee, then come thou. I love this. I love that speak. It's so fun. What are little boys made of? What indeed? What are little boys made of? Made of. What are little boys made of? Snaps and snails and puppy dog tails? And that's what little boys are made of. What are little girls made of? Made of. What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and everything, and that's all that's nice. And that's what little girls are made of. We've changed it to everything nice. It's interesting that we've changed that. Bandy legs. As I was going to sell my eggs, I met a man with bandy legs and crooked toes. I tripped up his heels and he fell on his nose. How dare you? A girl and her birds. When I was a little girl, about 7 years old, I hadn't got a petticoat to cover me from the cold. So I went to Darlington, that little pretty little town, and there I bought a petticoat and a cloak and a gown. And I went into the woods and built me a kirk. And all the birds of the air, they helped me to work. The hawk with his long claws pulled down the stone. The dove with her rough bill brought me them home. The parrot was the clergyman. The peacock was the clerk. The bullfinch played the organ. We made merry work. A pig. As I went to Bonner, I met a pig without a wig, upon my word and honor. Why would a pig wear a wig? Silliness. Jenny Wren. As little Jenny Wren was sitting on her shed, she waggled her tail and nodded her head. She waggled with her tail and nodded with her head. As little Jenny Wren was sitting by the shed, she's like, Little Tom Tucker. Little Tom Tucker sings for his supper. What shall he eat? White bread and butter. How will he cut it? Without error a knife? How will he be married without error a wife? And there's little Tom Tucker singing or doing something. He's being Larry Loud. La. There's the lady with her bread, bringing some bread and butter for little Tommy Tucker there. Like, shut up, kid. Eat this, please. Where are you going, my pretty maid? We did that already, didn't we? No, we know. No, we have not. No, sorry. Never mind. Where are you going, my pretty maid? I'm going a milking, sir, she said. May I go with you, my pretty maid? You're kindly welcome, sir, she said. What is your father, my pretty maid? My father's a farmer, sir, she said. What is your fortune, my pretty maid? My face is my fortune, sir, she said. Then I can't marry you, my pretty maid. Nobody asked you, sir, she said. Sassy, I like it. Yeah, go. Oh, my Lord. There was an old woman of Gloucester, whose parrot 2 guineas it cost her, but its tongue never ceasing was vastly displeasing to the talkative woman of Gloucester. Oh, gotta love these old things. Let's see. Multiplication is vexation. Division is as bad. The rule of 3 doth puzzle me, and practice drives me mad. Complaining about math. Love it. Little King Boggin, he built a fine hall, pie crust and pasty crust, that was the wall. The windows were made of black puddings and white, and slated with pancakes she never saw the like. Why would she make your place out of food? You're just asking for trouble. Okay. Whistle, daughter, whistle. Whistle, daughter dear. I cannot whistle, mammy. I cannot whistle clear. Whistle, daughter, whistle. Whistle for £1. I can't whistle, mammy. I cannot make a sound. Like that, when you struggle when you're little. You can't. You have to. No, like that. Took a while to get used to that, right, guys? Bell horses, what time of day? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 and away. Very short. There's some short and long ones in here. Taffy was a Welshman. Taffy was a thief. Taffy came to my house and stole a piece of beef. I went to Taffy's house. Taffy was not home. Taffy came to my house and stole a marrowbone. Hello. Danapoli. Let's see. I went to Taffy's house. Taffy was not in. Taffy came to my house and stole a silver pin. I went to Taffy's house. Taffy was in bed. I took up the marrowbone and flung it at his head. Oh my. Why are we flinging bones at people in 1923? Come on. And then we got another nice illustration here for young Roger and Dolly. There's plenty of illustrations in here, to be honest. See, the piper and his cow. There was a piper had a cow, and he had not to give her. He pulled out his pipes and played her a tune, and bade the cow consider. The cow considered very well, and gave the piper a penny, and bade him play the other tune. Corn rings are bonny. Corn rigs are bonny. Ah, corn rigs. What's a corn rig? Some of these things throw me because it's 1923. It's like we don't have corn rigs, I don't think, or do we? I would have to ask the farmer, and I don't think I'm going to ask. The man of Derby. A little man of Derby, how do you think he served me? He took away my bread and cheese, and that is how he served me. How dare you take away the bread and cheese from somebody? How dare you? The coachman. Up a Piccadilly O, the coachman takes his stand, and when he meets a pretty girl, he takes her by the hand. Whip away forever O, drive away so clever O, all the way to Bristol O, he drives her four in hand. There's another saying I never heard of, four in hand. There was an old woman, this one says. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. She whipped them all soundly and put them to bed. Here we go with the violence again. Spare the rod, spoil the child, you know. Wow. I wouldn't read that to kid. Well, why would you read this to a child? Why? Authority. I went to the wood and got it, and sat me down to look for it, and brought it home because I couldn't find it. What? The old woman of Surrey. There was an old woman in Surrey, who was morn, noon, and night in a hurry, called her husband a fool, drove the children to school, the worrying old woman of Surrey. Then we got the little mouse. I have seen you, little mouse, running all about the house, through the hole your little eye, in the wainscot peeping sly, hoping soon some crumbs to steal, to make quite a hearty meal. Look before you venture out, see if pussy is about, meaning the cat. If she's gone, you'll quickly run to the larder for some fun. Round about the dishes creep, taking into each a peep, to choose the daintiest that's there, spoiling things you do not care. Accurate. There was a little boy. I say boy and girl. There was a little boy and a little girl, lived in an alley. Says the little boy to the little girl, shall I? Oh, shall I? Says the little girl to the little boy, what shall we do? Says the little boy to the little girl, I will kiss you. Shenanigans and hijinks. When? Says this one. When I was a bachelor, I lived by myself, and all the bread and cheese I got, I laid upon the shelf. The rats and the mice, they made such a strife, I was forced to go to London to buy me a wife. You buy yourself a wife, wow. The streets were so bad, and the lanes were so narrow, I was forced to bring my wife home in a wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow broke, and my wife had a fall. Down came the wheelbarrow, little wife and all. You bought yourself a wife and put her in a wheelbarrow, brought her home, and then she has as well. When there's a picture of the dew walking along the la 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 before the fall happened. And she's holding like a hat box or something. This one's this sing sing. Sing sing, what shall I sing? Cats run away with the pudding string. Do do, what shall I do? The cat has bitten it quite in two. Pudding string? Why would you put pudding in a string? Or string in a pudding? Wait. Why? London Bridge. This is not going to be the London Bridge you guys are thinking, guys. I can tell you this right now by even reading this before. This is not what you're thinking it is. London Bridge is broken down. Dance over my Lady Lee. London Bridge is broken down with a gay lady. Gay being a completely different term back then. What shall we build up again? Dance over my Lady Lee. What shall we build up again with a gay lady? Build it up with silver and gold. Dance over my Lady Lee. Build it up with silver gold with a gay lady. Silver and gold will be stole away. Dance over my Lady Lee. Silver and gold will be stole away with a gay lady. Build it up with iron and steel. Dance over my Lady Lee. Build it up with steel, iron and steel with a gay lady. Iron and steel will bend and bow. Or bow. Bend and bow, probably. Dance over my Lady Lee. Iron and steel it will bend and bow with a gay lady. Build it up with wood and clay. Dance over my Lady Lee. Build it up with wood and clay with a gay lady. Wood and clay will wash away. Dance over my Lady Lee. Wood and clay will wash away with a gay lady. Build it up with stone so strong. Dance over my Lady Lee. Huzzah! 'Twas last for ages long with a gay lady. I mean, that's accurate. It's been there a long time. And this short one called March Winds. March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers. Know that very well. Gotta have them May flowers. You don't need April showers. You gotta have those May flowers. You know. Mutton bone. And hi, hi, says Anthony. Puss in the pantry, gnawing, a mutton bone. See how she tumbles it. See how she mumbles it. See how she tosses it, the mutton bone. And there's a little picture of this kitty cat. Na. Gnawing on the bone. The orange stealer. Dingty diddly, my mammy's maid. She stole oranges, I'm afraid. Some in her pockets, some in her sleeve. She stole oranges, I do believe. Taking fruit was a big deal, and still a big deal because Bendy. Good King Arthur. When good King Arthur ruled this land, he was a goodly king. He stole 3 pecks of barley meal to make a bag of pudding. A bag pudding the king did make, and stuffed it well with plums, and in it put great lumps of fat, as big as my 2 thumbs. And, let's see, the king and queen did eat thereof, and noblemen beside, and what they could not eat that night, the queen next morning fried. Fried the fat, I guess. That makes sense. The Farmer and the Raven. A farmer went trotting upon his grey mare, bumpety bumpety bump, with his daughter behind him so rosy fair, lumpety lumpety lump. A raven cried croak, and they all tumbled down, bumpety bumpety bump. The mare broke her knees, and the farmer his crown, lumpety lumpety lump. Oof. Oof. The mischievous raven flew laughing away, bumpety bumpety bump, and vowed he would serve them the same next day, lumpety lumpety lump. Here we go with the violence again. Oh, Lord. See, Christmas. Christmas is coming. The geese are getting fat. Please put a penny in an old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. That's how it is. You're supposed to sing that one, not read it as a poem, but I'll read it as a poem. As it's intended. Swan. Swan, swan over the sea. Swim, swan, swim. Swan, swan's back again. Well swum, swan. Ah. Tongue twister. I hate those. Three straws. Three straws on a staff would make a baby cry and laugh. A man of Tobago. There was an old man of Tobago who lived on rice gruel and sago, till much to his bliss, his physician said this: "To a leg, sir, of mutton you may go." Yeah, get yourself some protein, is what he's saying. Ding dong bell. Ding dong bell. Pussy's in a well. Who put her in? Little Tommy Lin. Who pulled her out? Little Johnny Stout. What a naughty boy that was that, to try to drown a poor pussy cat. Who never did him any harm, but killed the mice in his father's barn. Exactly. Boys can be very mean sometimes. A sunshiny shower won't last half an hour. That's also true. Handy Pandy. Let's see. These books pages are a little torn here. Handy Pandy, Jack a dandy, loves plum cake and sugar candy. He bought some at the grocer's shop, and out he came, hop, hop, hop. Next one is a nick and a knock. A nick and a knock, a hen and a cock, and a penny for my master. Pennies was a big deal. 23, yeah. The seasons. Spring is showery, flowery, bowery. Summer, hoppy, croppy, poppy. Autumn, wheezy, sneezy, freezy. Winter, slippy, drippy, nippy. Accurate. Billy, Billy. Billy, Billy, come and play while the sun shines bright as day. And then you got rain. Rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. Little Johnny wants to play. Like they didn't want to play inside back then? Come on. They had to have something to play with. Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Then up Jack got, and off did trot, as fast as he could caper, to old Dame Dob, who patched his knob with vinegar and brown paper. I bet that hurt. Vinegar on a wound. Probably hurt like heck. You got the illustration of rain with a little duck in the pond here. Going quack. Robin and Bobbin. Robin and Bobbin bent his bow, shot at a pigeon and killed a crow. So you missed one bird and got another one. Whoops. John Smith. Is John Smith within? Yes, that he is. Can he set a shoe? Aye, marry too. Here a nail, there a nail. Tick, tack, too. Obviously, Mr. Smith was a blacksmith. That's accurate name for a blacksmith is Smith, to be honest. The year. January brings the snow, makes her feet and fingers glow. February brings the rain, thaws the frozen lake again. March brings breezes loud and shrill, stirs the dancing daffodil. April brings the primrose sweet, scatters daisies at our feet. May brings flocks of pretty lambs, skipping by their fleecy dams. June brings tulips, lilies, roses, fills the children's hands with posies. Hot July spring brings cooling showers, apricots and gillyflowers. August brings the sheaves of corn, then the harvest home is born. Warm September brings the fruit, sportsmen then begin to shoot. Fresh October brings the pheasant, then to gather nuts is pleasant. Dull November brings the blast, then the leaves are whirling fast. Chill December brings the sleet, blazing fire, and Christmas treat. The Woman of Exeter. There dwelt an old woman at Exeter. When visitors came, it sore vexed her. So for fear they should eat, she locked all of them up, all her meat. This stingy old woman of Exeter. Not eating my protein. Nuh-uh. Sneezing. If you sneeze on Monday, you sneeze for danger. Sneeze on Tuesday, kiss a stranger. Sneeze on Wednesday, sneeze for a letter. Sneeze on Thursday, something better. Sneeze on a Friday, sneeze for sorrow. Sneeze on a Saturday, joy tomorrow. Pussycat by the fire. Pussycat sits by the fire. How can she be fair? In walks the little dog, says, Pussy, are you there? How do you do, Mistress Pussy? Mistress Pussy, how do you do? Thank you kindly, little dog. I fare thee well as you. Imagine dogs and cats reading each other like that. When the snow is on the ground, this one says. The little robin grieves when the snow is on the ground, for the trees have no leaves and no berries can be found. The air is cold, the worms are hid. For robin here, what can be done? Let's strew around some crumbs of bread, and then he'll live till snow is gone. Hot cross buns. Hot crust buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot crust buns, hot crust buns, hot crust buns. If you have no daughters, give them your sons. This is a guy that's carrying a basket around his neck here. And Prophet is just yelling out hot crust buns, hot crust buns. Bobby Shafto. Bobby Shafto's gone to sea with a silver buckles on his knee. He'll come back and marry me, pretty Bobby Shafto. Bobby Shafto's fat and fair, combing down his yellow hair. He's my love forevermore, pretty Bobby Shafto. He's pretty and he's fat and he's fair. Kind of contradictory there. A bunch of blue ribbons. Oh dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. He promised he'd buy me a bunch of blue ribbons. He promised he'd buy me a bunch of blue ribbons. He promised he'd buy me a bunch of blue ribbons to tie up my bonny brown hair. Here's this lady waiting for her ribbons. Give me my ribbons! Let's see. Who'll carry the torch? Said the linnet. I'll come in a minute. I'll carry the torch. He'll be the clerk. Said the lark. If it's not dark, in the dark, I'll be the clerk. Who'll dig his grave? Said the owl. With my spade and trowel, I'll dig his grave. Is this supposed to be part of another poem? Did I screw this up? Went from 55, 53. Oh, this is supposed to be over here. Oopsie. Oh well. This is supposed to be there. Oh well. It's fine.